Sure, here's the rewritten story that expands on the original content while maintaining its core essence and enhancing the details, emotional depth, and overall narrative structure. The story is structured with the requested segments and aims for a natural flow while engaging the audience throughout. On a stormy evening in Riverdale, North Carolina, the sky seemed to mourn. Rain fell in relentless sheets, pounding against cracked pavement, as if the world itself grieved the loss of innocence. Amidst the chaos, a shadow emerged, a limping German shepherd, her fur matted and soaked, her body a testament to survival. But she wasn't alone. Cradled carefully in her jaws was a tiny bundle of fur, a shivering puppy barely clinging to life, its whimpers barely audible over the roar of the storm. As the wind howled through the narrow streets, one little girl stood waiting at the bus stop, clutching a red umbrella that seemed too bright against the gloomy backdrop. 6-year-old Emma Wilson had been silent for 73 days, since the day soldiers came to her door, bringing news that shattered her world. Her father, Robert Wilson, a beloved staff sergeant and canine handler, had been killed in action, leaving a void so deep that words had lost all meaning for her. Emma's life had become a tapestry of loss ever since that fateful day. The cheerful laughter that once filled their home was replaced by a heavy silence, and her mother, Sarah, struggled to reach her daughter, trying desperately to pull her back from the depths of her grief. Emma spent her days sketching, drawing her father alongside his loyal companions, the dogs he had trained with love and dedication. Each stroke of her crayon was a silent tribute, an attempt to preserve the essence of the man she had lost. Robert had shared countless stories of bravery, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between dogs and their handlers. Emma had listened with wide eyes, her imagination ignited by tales of heroism. But now all that remained were memories etched into her heart like tombstones, and they weighed heavily on her spirit. One could almost visualize the dim corners of their home, filled with shadows and echoes of laughter that once rang through the halls. The walls bore witness to Emma's silence, her drawings scattered like breadcrumbs, leading to a father she could no longer reach. On that stormy night, Emma stood alone, her heart heavy with longing. She often found herself wishing for a sign, a way to feel connected to her father again. She missed the warmth of his embrace, the sound of his laughter, and the stories he told about the incredible bond he shared with the dogs he trained. Little did she know the universe was listening, preparing to send her the sign she so desperately needed. As the rain poured down, a broken shadow approached Emma. The moment the German shepherd stepped into the flickering light of the street lamp, Emma felt an undeniable pull. The dog's tired eyes met hers and something shifted in the air. In that instant, she understood this creature knew loss just as she did. As the dog gently placed the tiny puppy at Emma's feet, a rush of emotions flooded through her. "Hi there," Emma whispered, her voice hoarse but real, breaking the silence that had wrapped around her for so long. The moment she spoke, the dog released a deep guttural sob, tears mingling with the rain on her muzzle. It was raw grief that transcended language, and Emma felt an unexplainable bond form between them, as if they were two souls recognizing each other in a world filled with isolation. Emma sensed the urgency in the dog's gaze. "You want me to help him?" she asked, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and hope. The shepherd nudged the puppy forward gently, then stepped back, as if entrusting Emma with a precious mission. It was then that Emma's instincts kicked in. She had seen her father work with dogs, understanding their needs, nurturing their spirits. With every ounce of determination, she whispered to the puppy, "Come," patting her leg like she had seen her dad do in old training videos. The German Shepherd obeyed, and together they walked the 4 blocks home, a trio bound by fate. This moment serves as a poignant reminder of the bond between humans and animals, especially during times of grief. In our darkest hours, we often find solace in unexpected places. Just as Emma found Athena, many people have experienced the healing power of animal companionship. It's a phenomenon, well documented in therapeutic settings where animals help individuals cope with loss and trauma. The connection that blossomed between Emma and the German Shepherd, whom she would later name Athena, was one that would not only change their lives, but also ripple through their community. This bond represented hope, resilience, and the power of love that transcended the pain of loss. Emma felt a flicker of warmth in her heart, a feeling she had not experienced in months, stirring something deep within her. When Sarah opened the door that evening, she was met with an astonishing sight. Her daughter, soaked to the bone, cradling a puppy in her coat, with Athena standing protectively by her side. The shock of the moment left her momentarily speechless. "Emma, what in the world? Get away from that dog!" she exclaimed, her heart racing with a mix of fear and confusion. But Emma stood her ground, clutching the puppy tightly. "She brought him to me," she said, her voice breaking, but filled with newfound strength. As Sarah's eyes darted between them, dog and the puppy, she felt her defenses begin to crumble. Emma's words, though broken, were a miracle in themselves. "Mom, he's dying," Emma whispered, her voice trembling, the urgency palpable. In that moment, Sarah realized that this wasn't just about a dog. It was about her daughter, slowly finding her voice again, about rekindling the warmth in their home that had been extinguished since Robert's death. "Just for tonight," Sarah finally said, her voice thin but resolute. "But tomorrow we call someone." That night, as Emma curled up on the couch with the puppy nestled in a blanket, Athena lay at her feet like a soldier on duty. Sarah stood in the kitchen watching, her heart full of questions, but also a flicker of hope. In the midst of despair, they had stumbled upon a chance for healing. Emma's laughter began to emerge, soft and tentative at first, but gradually growing stronger, as she spoke to Athena, asking if the puppy was her baby, or if she had known Emma's dad. It's fascinating how animals can bridge gaps in human communication. The presence of Athena was not just about rescuing a dog. It was about restoring Emma's voice, her spirit, and her ability to connect with the world around her again. Many people experience this phenomenon, where pets become catalysts for emotional recovery, helping their owners navigate grief and loneliness. The rain continued to fall outside. Emma felt a warmth growing within her heart. The puppy, whom she affectionately named Hero, nestled closer, and Athena's watchful presence provided a sense of safety and comfort. Emma realized that she wasn't alone. She had found her family once again. The following morning brought a sense of urgency. Sarah had been on the phone all morning, desperately trying to secure an appointment for the puppy. Dr. Michael Thompson, the town's veterinarian, agreed to see them at noon, but Sarah felt the weight of anxiety settle in her chest. As they arrived at the clinic, Dr. Thompson's frown softened when he saw Emma's face and the soaked towel in her arms. "What do we have here?" he asked, gently crouching down to Emma's level. Inside, as he examined the puppy, his tone turned clinical. "Severely underweight, dehydrated, likely no more than 2 weeks old." He paused, listening to the heartbeat. "There's a murmur. Could be a congenital defect. We'll need more imaging to be sure." Sarah's stomach sank. The way he said it told her everything she feared. The little life in Emma's arms was in serious trouble. As the puppy was placed in an incubator and the examination continued, Emma turned to Athena, whispering, "Hang in there, hero." In that moment, Dr. Thompson noticed something else. He stepped closer to Athena, who allowed him to approach without flinching. As he brushed back her fur, he revealed a faded tattoo, military working dog, standard issue ID mark. "I'd bet money she's the same dog your husband handled," he said, glancing. Between Sarah and Emma, Sarah felt a wave of emotion wash over her. To think that Athena had been through so much, and yet still stood by her daughter's side, was a testament to the unbreakable bond between them. What's remarkable here is how animals can carry the weight of human history, embodying memories and experiences that transcend time. Athena was not just a dog, she was a living connection to Robert, a reminder of his love and dedication to both his family and his work. This connection is seen in many animal-assisted therapy scenarios where the presence of a pet can provide emotional relief and a sense of continuity for those grieving. As Dr. Thompson examined Hero, he found that the puppy needed immediate care, a combination of fluids, warmth, and careful monitoring. Sarah watched with bated breath, her heart aching for the little creature that had been thrust into their lives just hours before. She could feel the weight of responsibility resting heavily on her shoulders, and she silently prayed for Hero's recovery. As word spread through Riverdale about Emma and Hero's plight, the community rallied around them. Mrs. Jenkins organized a fundraiser, the fire department offered their haul, and Emma created hand-drawn flyers depicting her sad puppy with the words, "Help Hero's Heart." Every interaction Emma had with the townspeople ignited a spark within her. The offers of donations and the growing excitement of the fundraiser began to pull her back from the brink of despair. "Mrs. Jenkins, can we really do this?" Emma asked one day, her eyes wide with hope. "Of course, dear," Mrs. Jenkins replied, her voice warm. "This town knows how to take care of its own, and you're one of us." Sarah couldn't help but feel the warmth of community support enveloping them like a comforting embrace. But there were still whispers of concern. Some parents worried about Athena being a military dog, unsure of how that might affect their children. One evening, Sarah found a petition tucked in her mailbox, urging her to surrender Athena for safety reasons. "They don't know you," she murmured, looking down at the dog who had become a steadfast guardian for Emma. Athena's presence had not only provided comfort, but had also ignited the town's collective spirit. It was a powerful reminder of how communities often come together in times of need, showcasing the resilience of the human spirit when faced with adversity. As the fundraiser approached, Sarah felt a mix of anxiety and anticipation. She knew they were on the cusp of something significant, not just for Emma and Hero, but for the entire community. The day of the fundraiser arrived, and the community center buzzed with activity. Tables were set with colorful decorations, baked goods, and donation jars. Emma, now filled with purpose, helped organize the event, her laughter ringing out like a melody as she interacted with friends and neighbors. Colonel Mercer stood at the front, sharing stories of bravery and loyalty, emphasizing the importance of service dogs in the military. "These animals are more than just working companions. They are family," he declared, his voice resonating with pride. As the community gathered to support Emma and Hero, Sarah felt a sense of hope blossoming within her. For the first time in months, she could see a path forward, a future where they could heal together. A family with Athena by their side. Emma began to speak more, her voice growing stronger with each passing day. She shared her dreams, her fears, and her love for Hero. The community embraced her wholeheartedly, and it was clear that they were all part of something much bigger than themselves. This outpouring of support exemplifies how the bond between humans and animals can inspire entire communities to come together. It shows that when individuals face challenges together, they can create a ripple effect of kindness and compassion that touches the lives of many. As the fundraiser concluded, Sarah felt a sense of closure wash over her. The town had not only supported her family, but had also rekindled her own spirit, a spirit that had been dimmed by grief, but now shone brightly with renewed hope. In the days that followed, the atmosphere in Riverdale shifted. Emma's laughter filled their home once more, and Hero's recovery progressed steadily. Athena remained ever watchful, her loyalty unwavering as she helped Emma navigate the complexities of childhood without her father. Sarah and Emma made a decision that would forever change their lives. They would begin fostering other service dogs in need of rehabilitation. Inspired by Athena's strength and Hero's resilience, they transformed their home into a nurturing haven for dogs that had faced adversity. "This is our way of honoring Dad," Emma said one afternoon, her eyes sparkling with determination. "We can help them find families just like we did." The lessons learned through their journey resonated deeply within them. Community as well. People began to see the value of service animals not just as workers, but as vital members of families, companions that could help heal emotional wounds and promote recovery. As Sarah watched Emma play with Hero and Athena, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. They had found a way to keep Robert's memory alive through the love they shared with their dogs. It wasn't just about saving animals, it was about creating connections that transcended grief and fostered healing for everyone involved. The story of Emma, Athena, and Hero serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the extraordinary bonds we share with animals. In the face of profound loss, it is often these relationships that guide us back to ourselves, helping us heal and find purpose in our lives again. Through their journey, we learn that compassion can inspire entire communities to come together, that the love between a child and a dog can reignite hope, and that sometimes, in the midst of darkness, we can find our way back to the light. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to hit that like button. Your support means the world to us and helps more people discover stories of healing, forgiveness, and the incredible bonds we form with our animal companions. Have you ever experienced a connection with an animal that went beyond words? Or perhaps you've witnessed the healing power of pets in your own life. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. For more heartwarming stories that celebrate the resilience of the human spirit, subscribe to our channel. Every week, we bring you true tales of courage, compassion, and the extraordinary connections that make life meaningful. And if you know someone who could use a reminder of the power of understanding and forgiveness, please share this video with them. Sometimes, the stories we share become the bridges that connect us to each other, reminding us that even in our darkest moments, we're never truly alone. Until next time, remember that healing comes in many forms, and sometimes the most profound connections require no words at all. This expanded narrative enhances the emotional depth, character relationships, and community involvement while ensuring a compelling story arc. It maintains the core elements of the original script while adding rich details and a more immersive expansion.